Hey, what's up, Flow fam? And thank you so much for coming back to the YouTube channel. I've been talking about the ketogenic diet so much and have yet to explain it. So in today's video, we're gonna do exactly that. The ketogenic diet explained. In this video, I'm gonna address 4 things. First, what the ketogenic diet is not. Second, how our bodies typically operate. 3, what the ketogenic diet is. And finally, 4, how to achieve ketosis through your diet. Let's get started. So what the ketogenic diet is not. The ketogenic diet is not a fad. Actually, it's been around for over 100 years, and it was first introduced around the 1920s to cure kids of epilepsies, actually. The ketogenic diet is not the Atkins diet, and it is not a paleo diet. Okay, so now that I've addressed what the ketogenic diet is not, let's talk about how our bodies actually operate before we get into the science of the ketogenic diet. We'll classify the typical diet as a normal Western diet. Under normal dietary conditions, the body normally runs off of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. When carbohydrates are removed from the diet, the body quickly runs and absorbs and depletes the stored amount that it has. And consequently, the body then has to find an alternative form of energy to use. One of these fuels is free fatty acids. And pretty much all of the body tissue can operate off of free fatty acids except for the brain and the nervous system. And in the absence of glucose, which is what your body transforms energy into after you consume carbohydrates and protein, the body then has to create a new energy, and that energy is called ketone bodies. Stay with me, guys. Ketone bodies are a byproduct of the incomplete breakdown of the free fatty acids that are being developed in the liver. And these ketones serve as a non-carbohydrate, fat-derived fuel for the body to use, predominantly the brain. Here's where the beauty starts to happen. When these ketone bodies are produced at an accelerated rate, they're flowing around in the bloodstream, causing your metabolism to change to a metabolic state of ketosis. With ketosis, there is a decrease in the breakdown of protein for energy, and hence, ketosis is a protein-sparing diet. So let's get into number 3, and that is, what is the ketogenic diet finally? The ketogenic diet causes the adaptation that we previously described by affecting 2 hormones. And those 2 hormones are insulin and glucagon. Glucagon. Say that a couple times. So these 2 hormones come from the pancreas. So when you consume energy, i.e. calories, the pancreas will either release insulin or glucagon. The difference between the 2 is that insulin is a storage hormone responsible for moving nutrients out of the bloodstream and placing them in the target tissue, like your liver or your biceps or your chest or your muscles. So it is insulin which causes glucose to be stored in your muscle bellies as glycogen, and also it causes fat, free fatty acids, to be stored in your body as triglycerides. So the only reason that you and I both gain weight is because we consume some food, insulin comes out, and it stores body fat. Insulin is the enemy. Now, glucagon is a fuel mobilizing hormone. So when carbs are removed from the diet, insulin levels decrease and glucagon levels increase. With the increase of the glucagon, it causes the mobilization of free fatty acids. Now, these free fatty acids are now roaming around the body, and they need to be used as a source of energy because we are not supplying the body with glucose. This mobilization is then burnt in your liver, and then the accelerated burning of the free fatty acids in the liver are what produces the ketones in your body, and then therefore changing your metabolism and your metabolic rate to a state of ketosis. Now here's what you guys have been all waiting for. With the mobilization of the free fatty acids and a metabolism that will burn fat as energy instead of glucose, your body will then begin to burn all of its reserved body fat because it needs energy. So this brings us to our fourth point, and that is, how do we then achieve a state of ketosis through our diet? Fasting is one of those techniques. And without getting into the technical details of the science of fasting, it should be understood that fasting, the complete absence of food, and the ketogenic diet are metabolically very similar. And actually, the ketogenic diet attempts to mimic the metabolic state of fasting while consuming food. So it's like this. When fasting, your body has no food for energy, so then it taps into ketones as a source of energy. So let's say, for example, I put you on a stranded island for 30 days. Depending on how much body fat, the typical person can last about 30 days without eating. And that is because with the absence of the glucose and the carbohydrates that you don't have to eat, your body will then rely on ketones. Those ketones are your free fatty acids that are being mobilized and burned by your liver. And so that's what the beauty of the ketogenic diet is that we're gonna change our metabolism from requiring glucose as energy and instead going off of fats as energy. And so this is the magic of the ketogenic diet. We change our metabolism from a body that requires glucose for energy, and instead we make it use fats as energy. And so when you're not eating, you're burning its own body fat. When you do consume a good dietary fat, you're using that as energy. So here's what the ketogenic diet requires to reach a state of ketosis. Moderate protein, low carbohydrates, high fat. I have found that the target carbohydrate restriction that you want to restrict yourself to is about 50 net grams per day. After this, it's important to distribute the rest of your calories to a moderate amount of protein. And then all remaining calories are gonna come from fat. Beautiful fat. Once you start consistently dialing in these numbers, you start to create ketones and you put your body in a state of ketosis. And then you welcome a fat burning machine. So there you guys have it. If you enjoyed this period of Science with Flo, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more. I am going to go deeper into many other benefits of the ketogenic diet and explain it all while I'm doing this 90-day summer shredding. If you're interested in figuring out what your particular macronutrient breakdown looks like on a ketogenic diet, head on over to doseofflo.com on my website and look for this link here, Keto Macronutrients, and it's gonna give you your particular breakdown. All right, fam, I think that's good for the explanation of the ketogenic diet. If you guys have any questions pertaining to the ketogenic diet, ask them in the comments below so I can make a future video. And we're gonna go work out back in Baz right now. So enjoy the rest of the vlog. Flow. So here we're going to do a commentary over the workout. I thought I'd share it this way today. Doing a little stretching and some cable work to warm up. And then we jump straight into the pull-ups. As you can see here, I'm doing the weighted pull-ups and focusing on squeezing at the top and then controlling myself all the way down. That weighted chest is a real good one. Then we went over to the lat pull down. Same concept, really squeezing at the bottom. You can see the lat activation working. And a little tip that I got for you guys is I see my thumb placement. I place it on the outside. After that, I went over to a single arm lat pull down, really focusing on pulling back on that lat and bringing my elbow down to my sides. This is one of my favorite back workouts. It's I call it the Holy Trinity, 3 movements into one. Squeezing, again, controlling the weights. After that, we moved over to, this gym didn't have cable rows, so as a row machine for your back, squeezing. Then we jumped into biceps. Again, slow contractions, squeezing at the top. You can see the whole bicep activation for that bicep peak. The lower you control the weight, the better. After that, we hit some delts, some rear delts. Again, squeezing slow, putting my thumbs on the inside and really trying to bring it in. The old traditional curls for the girls, bringing in the bicep curls. I did a few sets of these. This is probably like my last set. And then we went over to a long, wide grip bicep curl on the bar. Again, controlling the contraction. This bicep workout here is a killer. You keep your arms extended while you squeeze, and then I supersetted it with some hammer curls, sitting down so that I can control my swinging or limit my swinging. Again, every exercise I did, I squeezed at the top for top contraction, really getting that muscle connection. And then we went back between back and biceps a few times. Here we're doing some hyperextensions. This is towards the end of the workout here, and what we did was I wanted to activate the back and the biceps. So I brought in a 45 plate and put it onto a belt, and I'm doing palms facing me, pull-ups or chin-ups. These would be called chin-ups, to activate and fatigue both the bicep and the back. And then lastly, I finished the workout with some abs. I'm doing here some wheel abs. I don't know what you would call them, but coming down at the bottom, really squeezing. I did 3 sets, and this was my last one. Hey, what's up, fam? All right, that's it for today's vlog. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know how you feel about the commentary instead of doing a straight edit for the workout footage. And again, if you got any questions about the ketogenic diet, don't forget to leave me a comment below. I'm looking forward to being able to help out as many people as I can. By no means am I any expert, but what I do know, I want to share. I'm not the strongest dude in the gym, that either, but I like to share, like I said. So give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to lift, learn, and live, baby. Peace out.